Hi, I'm Summer the Elusive Fangirl, and today I'm here to react to Heaven Official's Blessing episode 4. Last episode we had the conclusion of the Ghost Groom case, and now we're just going to see where we pick up. I don't have much to say. We ended off the episode with Xie Lian discovering that the bandage boy, his bandages were in fact covering the human face disease, or the multi-faced epidemic. I can't remember what they'd called it in the episode. So we need to know more about that. Xie Lian looked very shocked to see this disease still around, as he said it should have disappeared when his kingdom had fallen. So that's where we're going to pick up the story and see where we go next in the plot. If you'd like to receive updates about when I'm recording and uploading videos, or access to any future polls about what videos I'm going to do in the future, then please check out my Twitter, which is elusivefangirly. Again, I don't know whether or not I will have a spoiler section in this video. If I do, I will give plenty of warning so that people who haven't read the novel will not have to worry about getting spoilers from that section. If you'd like to include spoilers from the novel in your comments, then please put spoilers at the start of the comments so that people who haven't read the novel can avoid them. Otherwise, I think that's it. I just really want to start this episode. So, let's get to it. Also, I wish to apologise for any background noise because of a TV and my brother talking in the background. Sorry about that. Starting off right where we left off. It's a really strange effect because it's still moving, unlike a normal burn scar. Oh, the amount of scrolls and books in there is insane. Also, the lack of organisation, they're just in mountains. I love how different everyone looks and their designs. They're all so unique. I love that. Everyone else. Full devils, demons. Ooh, that design. Yeah, we saw a glimpse of him in the flashback. She's been clearing her throat so much. Oh. Oh my god, these teasers at what it looks like. Mm-hmm. Yes, they are adorable. They're so pretty. I love how they've animated the butterflies.
先说花城约战35位神官，后来只有33位应战，还有2位呢。玄真南阳，为什么你们2个知道的如此
？I wonder why.
太子殿下，你遇到的人真的是花城吗？他还有什么特征？
红衣、黑靴，还打了一把伞。
他对你做了什么？
破了宣姬设下的迷阵，还帮我带了个路。
就没了。没
了。
Strange how he wasn't messing around.
我还要处理那女鬼，先走了。
南阳，还有玄真。这次多亏你们店2位小神官的助力。
He's so cute. Anyway, what I was trying to say earlier is that I really enjoy how Xie Lian's reaction to learning Hua Cheng's name was just like so shocking to the rest of them because the other ones are like, oh my god, it's Hua Cheng. And he's like, ooh, it suits him. Oh.
不说这个了，殿下之后有什么打算？
That jump.
我好歹飞升
Oh, flinch even.
如今却一个公冠，一个信徒都没有，这才给帝。我左思右想，以后还是得自力更生。你看，我闲来无事，不如下人间去修个冠，自己供自己。
Having to build your own temple.
回见了。
He's so cute. Oh my god. I love the contrast between him being cute and him being actually really serious. Oh, it is the sign, I'm pretty sure. The sign from the ED, that's what I meant. Oh.
你这冠要供谁啊？
本冠供仙乐太子。
那是谁啊？
是位太子殿下。
干嘛的？
大概是保平安的。
那这位太子管招财进宝吗
Nope.
很遗憾，似乎不能。
管升迁当官吗
Nope.
似乎也不能。
哎呀，供了个没用的。或者你可以供那个
哪个？
巨阳将军。人家就爱巨阳将军好。
The tittering.
来日方长，信徒会有的。
Oh. More to fix. Trash collecting?
够还钱修屋了，开罐倒贴钱，收破烂赚钱。果然飞升不如收破烂啊！
God, I love it when he's animated all goofily.
竟然还有提到我的，仙乐太子飞升3次，武神、瘟神、破烂神。好吧，都是神，武神和破烂神也没什么区别。
Oh.
众神平等，众神平等。
是吗？人们嘴上爱说平等，可若真平等了，诸天大小仙神还会存在吗？
你说的也有道理。这位朋友年纪轻轻，知道的还真不少。
闲，有空瞎看。
神你知道的多，那鬼呢？
哪只鬼？
血雨探花，花城。
或许他一时对你怀有善意，但绝不可以掉以轻心。能避则避吧。
Is that where we're ending it? Oh my god. Hi, so the recording of episode 4 reaction to 天官赐福was actually recorded back on November 29th. Today it is the 28th of February 2021, so that's quite a long time between the recording and me being able to actually finally record the discussion. So I have just rewatched the episode to make sure I actually remember what happened in the episode. I didn't record the reaction to it because I remembered enough that I'm not actually reacting to it, but I needed to really refresh my memory of what actually happened. So we start off where we ended off in episode 3, which was the bandaged boy untying his bandages and showing the fact that he's got scars of the multi-face epidemic, as they call it in the show. Basically, he has many faces all over his own skin, which were burnt off during the epidemic. That was a common thing that happened, and we see that Xie Lian is in quite a bit of shock to actually see someone with this still alive, because all the people who had this were killed, or at least lived so many hundreds of years ago that should all be dead. So the fact that this boy has it, and there hasn't been a recent outbreak of the multi-face epidemic, is so shocking and unusual. So like, he's highly suspicious about who this person is, but he ran off before he could ask him anything else. In the telepathic matrix, as well as learning about the fact that poor Nangyan was having to deal with having Zhuangji just in his own temple and having to like secure her while she just screams out for Pei Ming, because Pei Ming's not around at the moment, so he's the only one who can actually hold her, which he's incredibly frustrated with. As well as that, we also get to learn a bit more about the four devils, or the four ghost kings, or for me, the most familiar term is the four great calamities. We have Crimson Rain Saltflower, who is Huacheng, and we find out about the fact that he challenged 35 heaven officials, 35 martial heaven officials to fights. He ended up fighting 33 of them, and since they didn't keep their promise to him, then he burnt down all their temples, so they just lost all their power. We also find out that the other two who had refused to fight Huacheng were obviously Nanyang and Zhuangjian. We also learned that he also challenged some literature gods to a debate, and he completely destroyed them. He completely broke down all their arguments and everything. The way they described it here was a little bit different. I don't know what the actual translation is, but the translation they give on Bilibili says that he insulted them, when it was in fact a very thorough debate which he just completely won, despite the fact these are all literature gods. So it was just a great embarrassment to them. And then they discuss the silver butterflies, which one of the gods mentions still bring nightmares to some of the gods, whilst Xie Lian just fondly thinks of them and goes, "Oh, I thought they were adorable." Which, same, they're so pretty and so beautiful, it's hard to think of them as anything but. But yes, apparently they still cause nightmares for some people. And it's just very cute during the whole meeting, when before Xie Lian has this context for who he actually met in the forest, he's just kind of like, "Oh, his name's Huacheng, that really suits him." Like, it's very, very cute. Then, since he's ascended 3 times, but he hasn't got any followers who are gonna end up building him a temple, because he's just not known about, that he has to really kind of go and build himself a temple, which is quite an embarrassing thing to need to do. The fact that you have to build yourself a temple so that people can worship you, but he just has to do it. So we see him picking a rundown place to start doing up into his temple, and we see the local villagers coming up and asking, "Who's this temple for? Is it going to be a god of wealth? Is it going to be the temple of Dick Yang?" Which is always amusing. I love the fact that it was snickering as they say that. Still, like, it's something so amusing, but also kind of like they genuinely believe that it works, kind of thing. Or if it's a temple for Ling Wen, just to so they can get like a really smart scholar from their village. But no, it's a temple for the crown prince, Xie Lian, who no one has heard of, and so he can't really get donations when people don't really believe in who he's building the temple for. So he's gone out to collect scraps, which is what he's he's done before, and he lives by it. I love him. He has like a little cute quote about, oh, there's nothing that different between being a martial god and being a scrap collecting god. Like he doesn't really see the status in gods. Like, he's aware of it, but he doesn't see the merit, or he sees merit in most things, even if it's just scrap collecting. You know, needs must. And then on his way back, he catches a ride to take him back to the temple, where, whilst reading through one of his scraps, his scrolls, which actually mentions him, surprisingly, he meets a mysterious stranger dressed in red. And he's very young, but seems to know a lot about gods and a bit about ghosts as well. So he's quite knowledgeable on kind of spiritual side of the world, which is quite intriguing. And Hua Cheng is just remembering Ling Wen's words about being careful, because for some reason Hua Cheng was being nice to him, but it could be a trick. Like, he's so devious and like always tricking people that it's likely that it wasn't out of nicety or out of any kind of goodwill, that he was probably tricking him for some reason, or trying to gain his good side maybe for something. So nothing good could come out of this. That was basically it for this episode. I am really, really, really looking forward to continuing this series, because I have desperately wanted to be watching this, but withholding myself because I was unable to record. So I'm very excited to be able to start recording again. There will not be a spoiler discussion at the end of this episode, just because there's not a huge amount that I'd want to say, which is spoilery. There's a little bit, but it's mainly fangirling over certain details. It's not anything of substance that I want to point out. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to get to the next point of the story. So sorry about this late upload, and I hope you enjoyed it, and will join me next time for episode 5 reaction. Bye bye.